I just want to say everything on this channel is alleged and, in my opinion, and done for entertainment purposes only. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, I have been looking at YouTube and different articles online all this morning because I've had an opportunity to just lay in bed and do that. And it's a lot coming out about Mr. Sean Diddy Combs. Now, obviously, he always surrounded himself with a bunch of yes men because for anyone to be able to conduct themselves in the manner in which he allegedly conducted himself when it came to men and women, nobody had the courage to say anything. Now, I see that his old bodyguard, I can't remember his name. Is it Gene? He has a YouTube channel, and I've seen him doing a couple of interviews with other people, and he has a lot to say about him. But when you were on his payroll, did it ever occur to you to say something to him then of all that you had been exposed to? I'm just saying, like, you've been talking about this for years since you no longer work for him. Did you walk away from Bad Boy, or did you walk away from being Brother Love's bodyguard, or were you fired? I don't really know what that, if you've said it before, maybe I've missed that interview. But it doesn't make sense that I believe you were around him for years. And in law enforcement yourself, I think you were like a probation officer, if I'm not mistaken. And if you saw these things, why? I mean, I guess I know why. You were being, paid, and probably very well. But when it comes to the treatment of people that can't defend themselves, whether they be men or women, because every man ain't, built like that. And some people just don't like confrontation. But to be manipulated and coerced into doing ungodly things that you wouldn't do with a regular Joe Schmo, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. And for him to have conducted himself for all these years and nobody said anything, I feel like there was somebody or somebody's bigger at the helm because they had to protect him in order for them to be protected. They must have, where he is a billionaire, they are rolling in the dough. And I have a tendency to believe Miss Jaguar right about him being a trafficker for the elite. I feel like, we slept on Jaguar before. She was trying to tell us. But everybody said, oh, she ain't with it all. And then you would drag her personal business involved in doing whatever went down with her and her husband and her ordeal at the airport made her look sort of like, well, maybe she is out to lunch. But no, I think we need to go back and look at what is that male actor that played on That's So Raven, right? That's So Raven. I forgot his name, but he also talks like he is out to lunch. But he also made a video talking about Mr. Brother Love. Evidently, he must have went to one of his famous parties. Everybody has talked about Diddy's parties. It's not a secret. I mean, they didn't go into depth about what went on at these parties, but I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what can't be talked about. And then by also, I think Fabulous mentioned that he had been invited to one of Diddy's parties, but it was all men. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Is that about being gay, or is that just about having power to get anybody to do to you what you want them to do? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a lot. It is a lot. And it also goes to show that R. Kelly, no wonder R. Kelly's sitting in there talking about how come I'm in here by myself? How, he was like, it ain't just me. He said that. He's like, everybody does it, sort of thing, sort of kind of like I forgot his exact words. It's not verbatim, but his whole thing is he bringing out a list of everybody's going down because it wasn't just him. Only difference I don't know if it was with Mr. R. Kelly is that what we know. I'm not gonna say there's only there ain't no difference. Disrespectful assault on anybody, no matter the age, is assault. So, yeah. So I'm not even gonna go there. It shouldn't be done on you, no matter what age you are. If it's not consensual, and then those that consent that are underage, but their mind ain't fully developed and can be manipulated into doing things that they think they should be doing just to please you, ain't right either. I mean, it's a lot. That world is horrible. That industry world is horrible. You're doing things for favors and getting ahead, but it's always been though. It ain't just start. It's always been like that. You think about the stories with, that goes back to, and as far as I can go back, is maybe Judy Garland, and how maybe she wasn't trafficked, but she endured some stuff. That's why she drank herself to death. Towards the end, I remember watching her movie, and she was drunk. And whatever else she did, I don't know I can't remember her doing anything else, but that was her release. All the stuff that they endure. Think about, the child stars and how they all get strung out on stuff. Not all, but the majority. Give me somebody who is a child star or has grown up since then that hasn't had any issues. Give me one within the last 5 years. I don't think you can give me one. Not that I can think of. I don't know all the child stars that are out now because I don't, I'm a little ahead of all of that stuff now, and I don't watch Nickelodeon. I don't watch none of that stuff anymore. Back in the day, I might have, perused through or passed the channel. And then I think about the story about Nick Cannon. And I think whoever he made Good Burger with, Kyle, I think, I can't remember his name. His wife came out with allegations, or not allegations, but her truth about what she walked in on with her husband and Nick Cannon. Now, allegedly, that wasn't on up and up. But yet, he has fathered all these children by these women, but ain't really committed to anybody. That is a flag. That is a flag. Either they're abusing women or they're on the other team. And name a married man. Well, I don't know. I can't even go into Bill Cosby because, we know what he went to jail for. But I don't know how Camille was treated in the process. We will never know until she tells her story, if she tells it. So we don't know that part, and we may not ever know that part. But if things weren't right at home, he wouldn't have. I guess you can speculate. That's all you really can do with that situation. Anyway, the industry is just dark, and it doesn't have a face. When you get into that when you go down that path and you sure that's the route you're trying to go because you want to be famous, it's a lot of sharks out there and there's plenty of blood in the water, and you better swim around it if you can. If not, you will be a victim or a predator. They'll recruit you to the other side. Because that could go either way. So let me not think that everybody going to the industry is just green and doesn't have a clue. Yeah, you could be recruited to the other side as well. There's nobody that I can say, oh, has made it there on their hard-earned skill, except for maybe some men, actors. But the women have always been disrespected. All nationalities, all complexions, everything. I don't think they've ever been treated the way they were supposed to be treated. So let me just say this. Karma is real. And every dog will eventually have its day. Facts.